But
Mhm.
I think that, if you feel like you can do a 60-40 split, I just want to put that out there. We're not saying, we are not tax advisors, we got to throw that out there. We are not, investors. This is just us giving you raw information based off our experience. And
Right.
we recommend you guys to go to your financial advisors for your financial decisions. This is just pure advice for you guys. Myself personally, I'm in the process. I have more stocks than bonds, but I am in the process of getting like a bond ETF. And because I really think that I should have more bonds in my portfolio. I'm kind of a risky guy, but I think I really need to put more into bonds myself. And next question? Let's go into the next question. How do I make money from stocks?
Ooh, great question. You make money from stocks from, if you're somebody like Jasper who's building a big dividend portfolio, you don't even got to sell none of your stocks. You can just sit back, let the dividends pay you out. That's one way to get paid. Another way is, of course, selling shares for capital gains, meaning, hey, I brought it at $50, now it's worth $150. Boom. You cash it out for that difference. And you get back your return. You get back what you put in, and you get back, of course, the profit too. So that's two ways.
Profit.
Yep, and they get taxes on. So like you said, you need to consult a financial advisor or somebody that does taxes to make sure when you do cash out the capital gains, you pay your taxes on it. It may not be that much anyway, but you still need to make sure you have that.
Reach dividend payments. I actually myself, I did not know that until recently, that when you get paid from a REIT specifically, REIT dividend income is reason why it's taxed normal is because that income is from like actual payment processes and stuff of that nature. So that dividend is taxed to you as well.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, that was something that I'm glad that I found out. So
that's a good deal. Yeah.
I will say this too, you can also trade stock. You cannot, let's talk about that too. Trading, there is the Forex market. You can trade cryptocurrencies, you can trade regular currencies. We'll get into crypto later. But you can definitely do options. I do trade options myself.
Options,
You can do Nadex, where you can do there's many different ways on how you can make money when it comes to stock itself.
Right.
Like she said, but most people hold their stock, sell it later, or they just hold their stock and get the residual passive income flow from the dividends. But can buy Google at 8 o'clock in the morning and say, you know what, I think it's gonna go up. I'm gonna hold it till this evening and I'm gonna sell it. You can.
You can do it that way too.
Yeah, they call themselves the day traders.
Right. It's just some certain regulations with day trading. I know it's like you gotta have like 25 grand in there just to make sure that you can execute as many day trades as you want. But you can execute day trades at just a certain limit if you don't have that 25,000 in there initially. But you could get to that point. It's not impossible at all. And it's not impossible whatsoever. But options, you don't have to have that. Like he said, options, you don't gotta have a certain amount of money. You can buy options and sell it the next day, kind of swing trade it, because swing trading is safe too. You buy it one day and then you sell it the next day. You can do it like that too.
We'll wait until the expiration date, but that's a whole different topic.
That's a whole other lane. Yeah.
You see, we speaking a language that you guys probably don't even understand right now. But let's get back to it. Okay, the next currency. The next question is cryptocurrency better than stock? Or is cryptocurrency safer than stock?
When it cryptocurrency,
I'll tackle it first. Let you think.
Yeah, you can speak. Yeah, you can speak on that cryptocurrency. Yeah, I'm more the stock.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because I have crypto myself, and I will say stock is backed up by corporations that are actually operational right now behind different currencies of the world. Like Walmart, has a stock ticker price. And people buy their stock and Walmart pays their investors dividends. So it's not really saying that it's safer, but you have a corporation backing that up. With cryptocurrency is a newer investment that is a digital currency in the age of the internet. And there's not really an institution stacking those up. It's kind of like hearsay, whatever play money is what they call it. Internet money, of course, it's called crypto. But we are in the age of it that a lot of, there are millions upon millions of dollars into the crypto world. So I would not say you can't ignore it. We know that Bitcoin went up really high, and there's people that literally became millionaires because they bought it when it was a penny. Like if you bought $100 worth of Bitcoin when it was like a penny, you would be like a billionaire, like a millionaire right now. There's so many millionaires because of that. So I will say that I wouldn't say that it's safer because there's no such thing as a safe investment when it comes to stock, because Walmart could crash out and go bankrupt, all of that. So, but the same thing can be said with cryptocurrency as well. So I don't want to sit there and say it's safe. And I would say this, to piggyback on that question is, I wouldn't want you to be scared, guys, or be afraid of the stock market. The reason why you're probably afraid of it, because I'm gonna let Darian talk about this, because I know she probably teaches this when she coaches. A lot of people are afraid of the stock market because they don't understand it.
Exactly.
Like that's what I noticed the most about it. It's not like I think they think like, okay, if I give Darian my money to put into this account and buy this stock, it's gonna drop to zero and I'm gonna lose everything. That's exactly. So. Yeah. How do you? Where can I go? Like you said, okay, you just said Investopedia earlier, but like as a beginner investor, what are like some three major things you should recommend starting off investing?
Okay. Yeah, I gave out, like you said, those websites. You need to speak with a stock coach. Buy an e-course. You're gonna need to do that or if you got a family member that is into investing, reach out to them, talk to them. Because sometimes the comfort zone could be with that family member. But if you're ready to go ahead and get started, you need to speak to a stock coach like me, because I'm going to break it down to you in a very simple way and let you know when you're investing in the stock market, you're investing in your future. You're investing into yourself, which is the main thing. You're not just giving your money to these corporations. You're making an investment, which is totally different from like gambling and all that stuff like that. It's totally different. You're giving, when you play the lottery, you're just giving money away for it's gambling. Investing is a strategy and it's a method behind it, and it's for the long run and it's for the long game. So my biggest thing is I'm telling people, you're investing in your future and you're investing in yourself when you invest into the stock market. And you need to, like I said, you need to get the foundational information, because that's very important. You don't want to come into the stock market investing blindly or just picking big name companies just because. You need to know, okay, what makes this company profitable? And I will help you set up your brokerage account. I will help you make your decisions on what stocks you want to pick, because what I'll do is I'll give you the tools to say, okay, this is what you look for when you buy the stock. So you can make a decision and you got all the confidence in the world to know, okay, when I put my money into this company, I know I'm making a good decision for the long run. And I'm there for the long haul, for the ups and downs of the stock market fluctuating. And in the day, I know my return is going to be greater than anything I lost. So that's my biggest thing.
Okay. The next question is, I want to buy marijuana or CBD stock. Where can I buy that?
Oh, you can buy that right on the stock market. You just need to research what are some up and coming marijuana companies, but they're available. Even though America hasn't completely legalized it on a federal level, you got plenty of Canadian marijuana companies that are available on the stock market. I'm investing into Canopy Growth, and I look on that horizon, like he said. I'm looking at it. I'm looking in the long run for that. Right now, I know it's not going to give me too much of a return, but I'm buying shares still gradually, and I'm thinking about 5 years plus down the line when marijuana is completely legalized.
I think I'm pretty sure I have a mutual fund or something. You know those mutual funds. You know how to go.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there's a marijuana fund out there of some sort, or a CBD mutual fund that invests in if you just want to get that, what we call in the investor world, exposure or expand your portfolio is what she would say. She would do, and I agree with her. Luckily for me, I don't want to sit there. I self-taught myself with stocks, but I also am around a lot of people like Lewis as well, people that I can talk stock with, and I wanted to mention that up too. So I don't know it all, but I'm an investor, and let me tell you what investors do. Man, look, she'll tell you the truth. We live right now. We on this Zoom. You guys know. I was inboxing her the other look when the stock market crashed. I told her it was cotton candy, and she said, "Yup." We literally was sending up the screenshots of different things.
Yeah.
Because it was like the stock market resetting. It was so many.
Take advantage.
I wanted these stocks a year ago. Then I didn't buy it because I was like, they're too high now. But now they're way below price that I wanted. So, so right now, even during the coronavirus. So yeah, actually, let's see. Yeah, that's what the guy's saying. The next question is right now, the coronavirus has happened. Is this a good time to invest? I don't want to lose money. Is this the bottom of the stock market? That's the question.
Well, nobody really knows the bottom. I can say this: we are higher than where we was in March when the stock market crashed completely. So we higher than that. So it's kind of like a rebound, but it's still shaky. You have to take that mentality away when you go into the stock market. You're going to incur some type of loss, but it's about is the gain higher? Is the overall return higher than the small $20 you lost yesterday? It's about the overall return of the investment. So you can't go into it thinking that you're going to just always have green days. It's going to be days some of your investments are going to be down. It's about the total overall gain. So you should invest because, like I said, you're investing in your future and you're buying back time. Like people say, it's true. When you put money away for the future and you're making an investment and you're getting a return, you're buying your time. That's more freedom that you have down the line because that's less time that you have to actually punch your clock if you're doing a 9 to 5 or go do something else because you already brought that time well in advance. Like he said, you ain't touching your stuff for 20, 30 years from now. That's for you to kick your feet up. 20, 30 years and not still doing the same thing where you're trying to rush to figure out how can I free up my time. So investing in your future is about freeing up your time for the future.
Okay, so I have a couple questions for you. So what do you recommend? Okay, let's do some hypotheticals. I'm young. It's the coronavirus, man. I just got laid off. Okay, I got my unemployment check. Okay, I got my stimulus check. I paid all my bills. I got a couple $100 left over. How much money do I need to invest? How much? How do I do this?
I'm gonna say if you are on a difficult time like that in your life, first things first is, like you said, hey, you paid your bills. That's good. I'm gonna say put some savings away. And I would start with just little things like maybe fractional share investing until your money is stabilized. Then you'll get into, because you don't have to have a lot of money to start investing, but you want to at least make sure your income is steady so you can consistently invest. It's not always about, I need $1,000 to start out with. No, you just need to make sure you consistently pour in at least $50 to $100 every month to your brokerage account.
And you can break that down to be like, all right, I'm going to put $10 every Monday.
Yeah, exactly. You can break it down like that. Exactly. So you can have your brokerage account.
Fractional investing is better than no investing.
It is. It's better. It's like he said, you're getting some type of exposure. So I say if you're in a hard predicament like that, unfortunately, I would still get some exposure, but you don't have to go all out just yet. Wait till your income is stabilized, and then you're like, okay, now I got my money back right. Cool. It don't, like I said, when I mean money back right, don't mean you got a lot of money, it means that you got some stable income.
Cool. So this next question is a good one. I'm 53 years old, and is it too old for me to invest? My 401k is not really working for me right now. I don't know. I guess that's the question.
Okay. I'm gonna say it depends on your horizon. You can get a portfolio set up that's like, let's say you like, okay, well 5 years from now I want to see a certain kind of return. You got to get your portfolio set up for that. Then, if you're trying to get a certain kind of return,
so
because Warren Buffett is still investing.
The way you recommended she take, I'm guessing. All right, I'm gonna see if I can help her out here. I'm assuming that she wants to take her money out of her 401k. Put it into the stock market. I'm guessing. I don't know if she's generally. The question is.
I do.
So all I got was,
Okay.
Am I too old to invest in the stock market? My 401k is not working. That's what that.
Okay. I would say still keep some money in the 401k because you're getting that employer match more than likely. So that's free money. So don't deplete your 401k completely. That's free money, definitely.
Well, let's slow down for a second and break that down for the knowledge seekers.
Okay.
What is a 401k exactly?
Cool, good question. A 401k is an employer-sponsored retirement account. So a lot of corporations, when pension was like a form of retirement too, they went ahead and said, okay, we'll give out our employees a 401k. A 401k is, hey, we take money out of your check monthly. We put it in the stock market, basically like mutual funds, which are like you buy like fractional shares of stock. Mm-hmm. And on top of you put your money in this 401k account for retirement, we're going to match you a certain percentage based on who we are as an employer. So it's a retirement-based account that gives you exposure to the stock market. Do a job, pretty much.
Obviously she's 53, so I'm assuming that she's probably nearing retirement.
Probably the next 5 years.
Yeah, I'm assuming, and she's kind of somewhat smart, because that was a good question,
Very, very good.
I guess she's trying to figure out, should I stop? I don't think that she should stop investing in her 401k, but there's nothing wrong.
Don't stop.
Trying to. I think honestly, what her age group is, I'm gonna be honest with you. I see her buying more bonds than stocks though. I think she's not me and you. I wouldn't say go. I mean, I know that question is probably coming from the coronavirus pandemic. Stop I'm trying to get money. So let's talk about this, because the next question is, I don't want to laugh, but the next question is, I put $100 into this thing and got $800. Should I put my $800 into the stock market?
Can you repeat that one more time? They did what?
I'm sorry. The $100. He said I made $800 from the $100 investing. Should I keep investing in that or put my money in the stock market? The $100 scam, the Ponzi scheme. I guess.
Oh wow! Wow.
I'm not gonna edit this out, guys. Don't lie, this is a question.
Yo,
I'm not gonna edit this out. This is too real.
I would suggest not to continue to be. You don't have to continue to be in a scheme or a scam. I would put my money in something a little bit more secure stock. That's funny though. Wow, that's crazy.
Look, if you got your money, take that and put that in the stock market. Don't no
exactly.
longer. No longer.
Don't keep trying to find this scheme. Yeah.
Not try to get two more people or whatever that is. Okay, next question is, should I have multiple broker accounts?
As long as they all have a purpose. That's like having multiple checking accounts with no purposes. Every checking account needs to have a purpose. Okay, this is my checking account for bills. This is my checking account for my saving money. It's got to have a purpose. So if you have because I have 3 brokerage accounts.
Yeah, I have 3 too.
Yes.
Yeah.
One is for dividends, one is for growth, and one is for options. So yes, you need to, if it's okay to have multiple ones, you just need to make sure each one is applied with different goal sets, objectives, exactly. You just don't want to have your money spread around and just all doing the same thing. What's the point? Just put it in one brokerage account, but you just want to make sure that they all have a purpose. All have a purpose, and you're good.
The next question is, can I buy my child's stock? He is 12 years old.
Definitely you can. You can add them as a minor joint person on your brokerage account, and you can buy them stock specifically for them. Also, another thing I'd like to tell people too, kids.
I didn't even know that. Learn something new.
Yeah, you could add them as a minor. Minor joint owner. You can also too buy mutual funds. I tell a lot of people who got children, because like he said, kind of like you could buy different mutual funds. There are different sectors. It's out of sight, out of mind. You just put your money into it and let the money just work for you in the background. You ain't got to do all that research. You like, okay, hey, I'm gonna save up for my child to go to college. They're 12 right now, and for these next 6 years, all I'm gonna do is just put money into this mutual fund, and this is getting stock market exposure. So at the same time, I'm saving for them and I'm investing into them so they can get a return. So I say, buy them a mutual fund or buy them individual stocks. Either way is good, because it's putting them to exposure to getting their money to grow. Because a savings account is not going to grow your money. It's going to keep your money safe, but it won't grow.
And to piggyback on that, I think it's nice, educating your child and getting them exposed to that. Because let's be real and black real quick for a second.
What?
Happy and nappy on Black Knowledge.
Fact.
So, shout out to my lot queen over there,
Thank you.
So with that being said, it's like we don't get that type of knowledge, early on. So I think it'd be kind of nice, not only if like you're a young adult and you're investing and then your child sees that. So it's kind of like you playing this, and like they get okay, let's say you're in your late 20s or early 30s, and you have a 14-year-old, and they see you, like she said earlier, consistently buying stock. They're gonna eventually say, "Mommy, what is this?" And you're gonna say, "Show you." So it's kind of teaching them financial literacy a little bit.
It's planting the seed. Yeah, exactly. Because what you can pass them. Don't ever underestimate, because kids pay attention. Like you said, they're going to ask you that question. My nieces and nephews, they ask me, they on my page, they ask me and they pay attention to stuff. So it's important. Yeah.
So the next question, let me see here. Let me put the thing, it went off. My bad.
Oh, no worries.
The next question is, how much money should I invest? I have some extra funds over my bill, with my bills paid off each month.
Okay. It's all about.
Let me chime in on that one, because I've dealt with that one before. Okay, cool. I will say that, like she said earlier, I will reinforce this because a lot of us don't have this. That is to savings account. You need to have capital cash. You need to have cash, like just in a saving account, just for we call it the rainy day fund. Like I remember, like me myself, I always tell people, because we black, let's be real. If you got 2 months worth of savings, that's a good start. If you have 2 months for your bills, what did you pay? If let's say hypothetical, your bills are $1,500 a month, and if you have $3,000 in the savings account, I think, and you just got it sitting there, you're not touching it, I think you're safe enough to put some money into it. So if you don't have a savings account, right, at least get 2 months worth, or at least have a month. I went out a month, because that's not enough. I think that that 2 month blanket, you may need to spend more than what you need to spend. So having that 2 months, I think I'd rather you have a good blanket saving account before you have a big investment account first. That's what I'm working on too, because money come and go. You know how it goes.
Yeah, it circulates. Yeah.
What do you think?
I definitely agree with making sure you got some savings in the side, because I always let people know, any of my clients, I always let them know, you still need to have under the mattress money. You know what I mean? That is. You still need to have under the mattress. So if anything happens, like he said, you're able to cover yourself, and then anything after that, you can, if you can stomach it to risky, like, hey, this extra $200, it ain't gonna make or break. Put that in the stock market, definitely, because your $200 can potentially yield you more. Definitely, it's gonna yield you more than a savings account if you got a good investment, for sure. So yes.
Somebody just said, I don't want this to be a stupid question, but what is a stock investment exactly?
Oh, great question.
That's a stupid question. So
that's actually a very, very good question. When you buy stock, you're buying shares of a company. So let's use Apple as an example. When you buy stock in Apple, you're buying shares of those companies. When you buy shares of those companies set at a certain price, the overall deal of that is the company is to pay you out a dividend, or also too, you can sell the shares for higher than what you brought them out. So when you're making a stock investment, you're putting your money into a company. And if the company use it for their business, and in return they give their shareholders a dividend, and also too, if it moves up in value, you get to save it. So stock market investment is just basically shares of companies. You're making money. So you making investments in stocks.
Yeah. So an investment in general is just investing. You're not, let's talk about that for a second, because I think that she may need to know. She's trying to understand the difference between an asset and a liability. So
okay.
Could you probably break that down? What's the difference between an asset and a liability?
Excellent question. An asset is going to yield you return in its ownership. An asset is something that is worth something. It moves up in value. It appreciates in value. Your house can be an asset because you can get equity in your house, meaning, hey, I bought this house for $160K. Now, because they're building all these shopping centers around it, my house is now worth $200K a year later. That's an asset, a house, because it generates equity. Stocks are assets. Cryptocurrency is assets. Anything that can move up in value can assets. A liability is like a car. Cars are not really assets unless they're like an antique, like they're a real rare car. Because as cars move down in value as soon as you buy it off the lot, it depreciates. So assets grow, liabilities depreciate, they move down in value. So you always want to have more assets than you have liabilities.
Okay. So what are like some beginner stocks? Because somebody said I'm a beginner investor, but I don't know what stock to buy. So I'm guessing, obviously that question is kind of vague, but maybe you can give them some beginner tips.
Okay. For beginners, I'm gonna say ETFs are a very good start because they do the dirty work for you.
You should research whatever you invest in anyways. Like, I'm gonna just put that out there for a second. Like, if you want to invest in tomatoes, I need you to really look up this tomato company. How much money they make, how long they've been doing tomatoes. Right. So let me just say that for a second.
Yeah. And look into things you buy too, because it be good companies right in your house. Yeah. Like you got like that Gain the dishwashing detergent. That's by Procter & Gamble. Coca-Cola, exactly. And Coca-Cola is very consistent with dividends. So you got things right in your face. Nike, you got Jordans and stuff like that. Nike's been a pretty decent stock. Yep, Apple. So look at things you buy, and like you said, start doing your background research on those. If you need to I want to invest, but I don't know what stock to do. Start looking around things that's around you. There's so many companies right in front of your face that are potential stock market investments.
Someone said, how much are fractional shares? Well, first of all, I'll say this. Not every stock offers fractional shares or mutual funds or ETFs. They just don't offer that option. Some don't. I mean, it depends on who you are. Because I know that Fidelity, I know that each broker has kind of I want to call it their own club stock. They got like these little Vanguard rules and Fidelity rules, and everybody got their own little thing. So not all stocks offer fractional shares. Some stocks got these discounts because you have a broker account with them. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, a fractional share is up to $1. Maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong. But you can buy up to $1 worth of fractional. It has to be up to $1, right?
I think that is something. It's got to be $1 at least to even buy a fraction of something. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So, fractional shares are based around, like you said, at least $1, and you can buy into 0.5 of some company, just depending on how large they are in their share price.
I have $5 worth of Warren Buffett stock, so
Okay. Berkshire Hathaway.
The Berkeley.
Berkshire Hathaway.
It's the most expensive stock on the stock market. Yeah. Why not have $10 of it?
Yeah, I feel you on that. Definitely.
Just to have it. But yeah. Let me see here. Let me go to the next question. Somebody, okay, beginner stocks. Like she said, I'll say, there's nothing wrong with I will say that maybe some investments that all right, let's talk about this. Investments real quick that we know they're gonna rebound after the coronavirus, because that was the next question. What stock to buy during the coronavirus? So that's kind of, I'm glad that was a great question. I say that you should invest in companies, like she said originally, that you already use. If you have an AT&T bill, you already buy Dawn soap, you use Dove soap or whatever your favorite cologne is. Okay, you have an animal, invest in the pet stuff. Companies or something of that nature. PetSmart. But I also say that you can invest in companies that we know that's down, that's going to rebound, like the airline companies. So what are other companies besides? I know that the airline, I'm not obviously, I know stocks, but I'm not here to steal her shine, because she definitely knows a little bit, she knows way more than me. I'm gonna be honest. I learned from her. And don't worry guys, her IG will be somewhere. So what are some investments during this pandemic right now that people can take advantage of?
Yeah, the rebound off of you, definitely airlines. You got to think the long game with them though, because it's going to take a while for them to rebound. But they've been oversold, meaning like people sold too many people gave up on them, and you could get them in now. And so when they recover years from now,